One of the first monuments of the capital, a landmark monument for Athens, is the Holy Cathedral Church, dedicated to the Annunciation of Virgin Mary, the Holy Metropolis, whose erection constituted one of the most basic demands of the autocephalous Orthodox Church, but also of the then royal and municipal authority. The construction of the church started in 1842 on the designs of the Danish architect Hansen, and yet some months later, owing to financial difficulties, the works ceased. In 1846, the work is being taken over by the architect Demetrios Zizos. Zizos completely modified the Romano-Gothic and Renaissance original designs of Hansen, adopting a Greco-Byzantine style. He passed away, however, before having the opportunity to complete his work. Eventually, the French architect François Boulanger was summoned, who worked along with Panagiotis Kalkos for the completion of the church. These continual changes had as result the creation of a sacred monument without a uniform architecture, a church combining neoclassical and Byzantine elements. At the western side, on either side of the central entrance, loomed the twin bell towers, alluding to Western mainly influences. They have a square floor plan with a height of 32 meters. At the level of the bells, one can observe, at the four sides, two light openings which are supported by marble columns. The central entrance impresses with the arcade of three arches supported on marble columns with luscious capitals. Over the arcade there is a large mosaic depiction. The architectural type of the church is a cruciform inscribed simple four-columned church, and yet the especially long western leg makes the church bear a greater semblance to a domed basilica. The dome of a diameter of approximately 10 meters externally is riveted with copper sheets and is supported via the pendentives on four large piers. From the basis of the dome start the four semicircular barrel vaults of the cross arms. The Holy Bema is covered by the vault of the eastern cross arm. At the eastern side of the sanctuary are formed three semicircular conches. In the central conch there is an elevated synthronon where the episcopal thrones stand, carved in white marble. It is a bisubstantial church dedicated to the Annunciation and to Saint Dionysius the Areopagite. Coated with marble is also the marvelous built iconostasis. In the zone of the bishopric icons located are Archangel Michael on the gate of the Prothesis, the Annunciation, Virgin Mary, Jesus Christ, Saint John the Baptist, Archangel Gabriel on the gate of the Diaconicon. Over this zone develops an architrave with two rows of icons. On the lower row are situated circular busts of apostles and prophets, while the composition of the iconostasis is completed on the upper row with scenes from the 12 great feasts. Four pilasters of red marble complete the highly luscious iconostasis. The Holy Gate is framed by columnettes of green Tinian marble. To the right and the left of the Holy Gate, two double arches are formed, which are supported on columnettes of green marble. Besides the impressive iconostasis, the entirety of the church has a rich marble decoration. Of special interest are the marble columns of the side aisles, as well as the luscious ambo with the marble carved corbels, a work by Georgios Vitalis. F marble is also the floor of the cathedral church. White marble with grey inlaid fasciae form a simple and tasteful composition. The nave is exceptionally long. Besides the four piers of the dome, there are also other two pairs of piers supporting the central barrel vault, as well as the gallery, which is formed over the side aisles and in the last narrower part of the nave, forming a pie shape. The church is completely painted internally, and yet murals do not exist at all parts. On the dome hovers the Pantocrator, and in the pendentives the four evangelists. On the conch dominates the Platitera, and in the lower zone holy hierarchs such as Dionysius of Aegina, Dionysius the Areopagite, Hierotheus of Athens, and Germanos of Constantinople. On the eastern piers of the dome, one observes the depiction of the Annunciation in two parts. In the space of the exonathex over the entrance gates, the two semicircular depictions with the kiss of the Theotokos with Elizabeth and the Annunciation of the Theotokos were painted in 1895 and were renovated in 1946. In the church, there are portable icons of unnamed Western-style icon painters, while also religious relics are preserved, such as in the northern aisle, where the marble Larnax of Patriarch Gregorios V is kept, a work by Fatalis in designs of Kafta Tsoglau, and in the south aisle, the silver Larnax of Saint Philothea of Athens.